welcome to Thursdays with Annette. Well, we're having a special show today because we're dedicating to Father's Day this Sunday. So I decided to do not one, but two recipes, and I'm making them out of two different books. So you can win this week 2 cookbooks. That's right. We're doing the first recipe out of book 6. So this is the big book, and we're making hot and saucy steak. Now, to save time, I've actually cooked up a couple of steaks. So I'm only going to focus on making the sauce, okay? So we're doing the hot and saucy steak, because I know dads love a good sauce with their steak. So we're going to do that first. Then, and this is the ingredients, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But then after we've done that, we're going to go again to another sauce in book 4, and it's this beautiful one here, and it's the steak with creamy mustard sauce, because I mean that is just a favorite with men and women too, of course. So it's 2 recipes today, and so let's look at the winners from last week before we get all into this busy fabulous one. So sweet and spicy lamb was last week, and that's out of book 3, and the 3 winners were Jackie Kersnowski, Betty Williamson and Narelle Whittle. So they all got a person-signed copy and they're very excited. So we're going to look at the recipes we have here, at the ingredients, we need for the first recipe, which is the hot and saucy steak. And it serves 4, I think. Wait a minute, let me have a look. Yes, it serves 4. Okay, so we need mushrooms. We're going to do 2 cups of mushrooms. We've got shallots and we're going to slice them as well. We'll be slicing them. I've got some garlic, because you can use the fresh if you want, but you know I'm a lazy girl. I've also got barbecue sauce. We've got the teriyaki marinade, tomato sauce. I've also got in here some Worcestershire sauce, brown sugar, beef stock powder, some corn flour to thicken the sauce. I'm going to be using my rice bran in my near-flam pan, and we also need a cup of water. All right, so let's start chopping. Now, and then I'll go through the next one with you separately, okay? All right, so we're going to slice. We want 2 cups of mushrooms. Now, I don't know if you got my newsletter today, because it came out for the September. And in there, I made a big announcement because I'm doing a special deal, because we've just started into spring, and I wanted to support you guys a little bit more with your healthy journey. And so what have I done? Well, I've got a fabulous deal for you right now, and it is 20% off all my premium breakfast shakes. So if you've been wanting to try them, this is your chance. Now, it's only for a limited time to save the 20% off. It finishes on the 12th of September, and you know, all you have to do is put shakes 20 in capitals into the coupon code, and you'll get your discount. I mean, it's a great way to start the day. I do every morning a shake, and even sometimes on a really crazy busy day, I might have it as a light lunch or even dinner. It just is so versatile, and there's 4 flavors, or 4 different ones. All right, 2 cups. I might just do 1 more. So check that out at simplytoogood.com.au. I don't do it very often. I rarely discount, but today I'm feeling a bit generous. So I might just move these over here and get that out of the way. Now we're going to do 1/3 cup of sliced shallots. So always cut, I just try and not cut too much off the end, because that's the best bit, isn't it, the white? And I'm going to have my little measure cup here. Also, did you notice there's a little bit of chilli here? We only need 1/2 teaspoon chopped. And if you don't want it spicy or hot, then don't put the chilli in. That's very easy to do. Now we want 1/3 cup of shallots. And this is a great one. It goes, actually, you can also have it with chicken. And so it's quite a versatile sauce. And that's pretty well the chopping done, except for the chili. So you could also use powdered chili, you know, the ground chili, if you wished. I'll take that out a little bit. Now I'm going to be, while I'm here, I'm actually just going to chop up the shallots for the next recipe. Let's just do them together, shall we? Because we need 1/4 cup. So I might as well just get that out of the way. What do you think? All right, 1/4 cup. And this is the only chopping you need for the second recipe, which is the seeded mustard sauce, remember? I don't want to confuse you, but I'm just looking at how to make cooking easy. Yeah, see, that's perfect. All that goes in. Shallots are done-ski. All right, so I'm going to do the chili. Now, if you've never done chili before, I'll just give you a little tip. So what you do is you cut the end off and you open it up. So you cut it down the middle, which I might use this knife. And what you do then is you scrape out all those little seeds. We don't want them. So I'm just going to put it in my trash. And I am then going to wash my hands once I've done this, because if you've ever chopped chili up and then accidentally rubbed your eyes afterwards, yeah, not good. All right, so we're going to now do a half a teaspoon. Just cut it into little thin strips. As I said, look, if you can't be bothered, just you could do the, you know, like say a quarter of a teaspoon of dried chili. So that's my chili done. And I'm actually going to put it in with the shallots. It's half a teaspoon. I can see that that's the right amount. And I can now get rid of it, and I'm definitely going to be washing my hands, people, because I don't want any chili in my eyes. Okay, right, so now we can start cooking. All right, let's turn it on. Now, as I said, with this recipe, you'd normally cook the steaks, take it out, and then keep using this pan, because you're going to have that beautiful taste of the meat in the pan as well. But we don't have that today, because we're just doing it quick. And sometimes it's nice if you just want to make a sauce up. This is a great idea, because, you know, I sometimes have done that, where I make up a sauce and put it into some little jugs and put it out for the barbecue. And that way then everyone gets to have a bit of sauce. Another one I love is the Diane sauce. I really love the pepper sauce. And people think it's a bit fabulous when you've got sauces going out in the in a boring barbecue. So, teaspoon of garlic, and we're going to cook our mushrooms. All right, I might move that here because we're done with that. Let me just get my thing. Now, as I said in the beginning, it is coming up to Father's Day, so I'd like to do a call out and say hi to all the dads that watch my show, all the stepdads, the foster dads, the dads that have got pets, and of course the granddads. You all play a very important part in our children and grandchildren's lives, so it's lovely that you're getting a special day dedicated just for you. All right, so now, as I said, this is in the book here, and it's just a really simple recipe. You know, you basically just saute the mushrooms for a couple of minutes, which I'll break that up. Now, this recipe does have some corn flour to help thicken it, but these are the sauces. These here, what really make it. So if you've got the barbecue, I always use the teriyaki marinade. It says teriyaki sauce, but what I really like is the actual marinade. In goes now our shallots and the chili. Oh, wow, Bill. Those chilies get you, don't they? Excuse me. Okay. What we're going to do now is start adding the fabulous flavours that build this up. Oh, my goodness. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons. And remember, I'm using the 15ml tablespoon, which is my brand, of barbecue sauce. Now, I do love this particular brand, but you know, you have whatever you have at home. So, 2 tablespoons. There we go. I want 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce. And these are all things that Dad loved, don't they? Let me just give this a bit of a stir. Might turn it down a little bit. Excuse me. 2 tablespoons of the teriyaki marinade. Thanks for joining me today. I just think it would be really nice if you're thinking about cooking a barbecue on Sunday, then get a bit fabulous and add these wonderful sauces to the mix. I've also got a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of beef stock powder. All right, so you can see it really easy to make. Beautiful flavours. Now what I'm going to do is put 1 tablespoon of corn flour into the mix. Let's get my little whisk. And this is the sauce done. There we go. Beautiful. The next one doesn't have chili in it, so I'm happy about that. Excuse me. Okay. Look at this. The flavours that are in this are just fantastic. And all we've got to do is just let that boil. Let me move these out of the way. I'm also going to move these because we don't need the sauces anymore because we're making a new sauce in a minute. I know, keep up with me, people. 2 sauce recipes today. I thought, let's just not do 1. Let's do 2. All right, so I'm going to leave that sauce here and I'm going to then pour them on at the very end. So let's put that here. It's ready to go. I'm going to grab my other one. So you get the set of these neoflams if you're interested. That's a 28 centimetre. This is a 24. And so it's really handy having both. So I'll turn that off for a sec. Let's move over the sauce mixture. Oh God, that chilli that we need, please excuse me, for this recipe. Okay, so that's the hot and saucy done. It's 7.1 grams of fat with rump steak and it's 2.7 with chicken. And the amount you have is 150 grams times 4 lean rump steaks. Right, moving on to the next one. Into book 4. That's right, you're going to win both books today. You don't have to pick, you're getting both. And we're doing the lovely, the creamy mustard one. Once again, it's with the rump steak and the variations are pork or chicken and serve 6. And you once again need 150 grams of steak, which we would cook first and then take it out. But what we're going to do is going to start cooking this off. And I'm going to add the shallots and just cook them off for a quick minute. While that's going, I'm going to mix the corn flour with the evaporated milk. So we want 1 can, and of course you know now, if you've been watching the show, they've made this now 340 mils. So that's why I've got 35 mils of skim milk. So we're going to put that all in together. There we go. And a tablespoon of corn flour. Whisk. Billy, can you grab me another whisk, honey? Thank you. So that's ready to go. This is really easy. This is the easiest one because you don't even have to chop much. You just, and as I do that in the beginning, you just cook the shallots off. And basically what you do, you add everything else in. So I'm putting the brandy in now. Now if you don't want to add alcohol to this recipe, I must say it really does rich up the sauce. But if you don't want to, then add 1/4 cup of water and a teaspoon of beef stock powder to replace the brandy. But when you cook the brandy, see that? That's all the alcohol fizzing out. And that's the way to go. We want a teaspoon now of French mustard, and what I'm using is the Dijon teaspoon. I've got a quarter of a cup, I might just turn that down a little bit, of the seeded mustard. Teaspoon of beef stock powder. And I've also got a little bit of Worcestershire to go in as well. And it's half a teaspoon, just a little bit, because it's quite strong. All right. And then all we have to do, evaporated milk, mix that in, and once that's boiling, we can pour it over the sauce. Over the steak. Oh, look at that. I love these different sauces because I think we can get a bit bored with a lot of just cooking a piece of steak or just a chicken breast or whatever. And I think it just makes it that much more interesting when you've got a beautiful sauce to go over it. And how easy were they to make? And this one will freeze for about 2 or 3 weeks, so if you're making more than you need, if there's only 2 of you at home. And the other, the hot and spicy one, it freezes for a long time because it's got no dairy in it. Now, while I'm standing here being a little stirrer, can we talk about next week's show? Because I'm going to be baking next week, because you know I'm in my happy place when I'm in my kitchen at Simply Too Good headquarters, and I'm going to be making a favourite of mine out of book 3, and it's sticky lemon loaf. It's that easy. My 7-year-old granddaughter, who's in lockdown, little Sophia, made it last week, and she FaceTimed me because she was so proud of herself, and she did an amazing job, and that was part of her school lesson. I think that's very clever, and I hope everyone's doing okay in lockdown. My thoughts and love go to you all. Just stay safe. Hopefully you'll be able to get out and about real soon. Oh, this looks fantastic. All right. All right, so let's have a look at what it looks like when you're doing over the steak. Let's put our 2 sauces there. Let's move my cooktop. And as you know, I've made 2 fantastic sauces for you. Not just to spoil Dad, but to spoil yourself as well, I'm sure. So here we go. I've prepped up. Are we doing veggies with it? Or are we going to do salad? You choose. Okay. Let me get a spoon. So I'm going to now pour over. Oh gosh, folks. Who wouldn't want this for dinner? Forget Father's Day. I want it every night. And what is it? It's the hot and saucy steak. Let's get a bit more sauce there. Fantastic. So there is one fabulous recipe for Dad. And then my other ladle here. This is the seeded mustard sauce. Here you go. You ready for this one? Oh, yes. How delicious. Come on, people. Who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? Boom. 2 fabulous sauces. One creamy, one not creamy. And I hope you enjoy it. Now, this recipe variation is rump, pork, and chicken. And the rump, as I've got here, is 8.9 grams of fat, and the pork and chicken is 4.4. And this one here is the rump is 7.1 and chicken is 2.7. Now, if you'd like to win a copy, oh no, not of 1, but 2 cookbooks, that's what's happening this week. I know, I'm in a generous mood and giving away as well with the shakes. So you just need to like, share, and in the comment, you know what you got to do. Yeah, hashtag simply with a Y, too good. Hashtag simply too good, and then put that in the comments, and I'll pick 3 lucky winners and wonder if they'll be a gift for Dad, or will you keep them for yourself? Doesn't matter. You're going to win anyway. Now, don't forget to join me next Thursday. I'll be in the kitchen baking, and please do not miss out on the fabulous deal where you get 20% off the shakes. That's right, my premium breakfast shakes, all flavors, 20% off. Just add the coupon code, capital letters shake 20 to get your discount, and it will run out on the 12th of September. So grab your shakes, especially if you haven't tried them before. Now's the time to give it a go, especially with spring. We need to get ready for summer. Take care, guys. Mustard, seeded mustard sauce, hot and spicy sauce. We're happy for lunch today. Take care, everybody, and see you next Thursday.